there was a law passed, the National Historic Preservation Act of 1966, and under that act, federal agencies are required to take into account their effects on historic and archaeological resources. And so after that law was passed, projects like the MARTA survey happened because you have to identify the sites first.
We have over 500 boxes, banker boxes of artifacts that had a number of master's theses that have been done associated with this material, but there's so much to do that it always sort of set itself up nicely for this epic project lab. And exposes the students, right, to, in this case, some of the kind of cutting edge technologies that we're using as archaeologists to help put the pieces of the puzzle back together, right, in terms of what life was like for people in the past, and to make that, make those stories and narratives more accessible, right, to a broader range of people.
In many ways, we already kind of had students doing some of this kind of work, but to bring freshmen in was new, I think. Like, you know, to bring students who weren't already aware or familiar with archaeology.
So far, none of the students we've had actually have an anthropology background at all. I think there's a music major, a computer science major, and a lot of times it involves kind of connecting the present to the past. How do you write about the past in a way that's relevant to public in the present? So this project lab also has a huge public archaeology component.
And one thing that historic archaeology tends to do, right, is try to tell those stories of people who aren't well represented, right, in the history books and the more traditional historical narratives. And we can do that, right, because we have the stuff they left behind that tells us a lot about what their life was like, even if we don't necessarily have that fully represented in words.